Hello fans of the DMZ. Today for your viewing pleasure I bring you the B21 Solo 100. Now this was inspired by a creator called Luke the Notable and his 100 drop series within Fortnite. The premise of this was to try and get the weapons cases, rescue the hostage from the armory, and craft a Bunker 11 keycard. Definitely no easy feat. I hope you all enjoy, and now let's begin with game number 1. In game number 1 I was still playing around with skeleton keys. And the only thing more disappointing than crafting a 2 skeleton key was getting gunned down in my prime. In game number 2 I applied what I had learned from a fixate video and I got to the armory before everyone else. I grabbed the hostage to finish my mission, but I ran into a sweat. We all know sweats don't care about missions, and he gunned me down like a dog. Game 3 I came prepared with a secure bag and lots of supplies. Hell, I even bought a skeleton key. I got to the armory, drilled the safe, but these coney bots, they don't care for none of that, and they exterminated me. Game 4 was almost a carbon copy of Game 3, except this time instead of the bots, it was my bad aim that got me killed. Game 5 was a battle of the shotguns. Unfortunately, his was better than mine. In Game 6 I somehow lasted for a whole 6 minutes with a 1 plate. No easy feat in building 21. I gave the coney bots a taste of their own medicine with a KV broadside, and then karma came to get me. Game 7 was all about bad choices. I had left my run to the armory late in the game, but don't worry, the coney bots soon reminded me of my mistakes. In Game 8 I got stuck up early at the buy station with plates, but they did me no good, because I brought a gun to a knife fight. In Game 9 I was trapped in a room. Against a team of 3 in a 1 plate vest, this could not end well, and it was only a matter of time before I met my fate. In Game 10 I found a 2 plate straight off the rip. I downed a player with nothing but a bot gun, but overconfidence got the best of me. I tried to make a quick squad wipe, but got shot in the back. A lesson learned the hard way. In Game 11 I tried to get some gear from the archives. Between the bots and this shotgun, I didn't stand a chance. Game 12 was embarrassing, and a perfect example of why you don't play video games after working a night shift. In Game 13, I was tired of dying, so I came prepared. I tussled with a 3-man squad inside a stairwell and somehow survived. I made a break for the armory to rescue the hostage, but I lingered for far too long, because when you see a riot shielder in Building 21, you're a dead man. Game 14 was the first time I made it to the elevator, but I needed therapy afterwards, because I almost made it out. Almost. Game 15 was a non-starter. What can I tell you? I got sucker punched. In Game 16 I was reminded why it's called Broadside 21. In Game 17 I think they changed the name from Broadside 21 to Bryson 21. In Game 18 I somehow avoided this team with an RGL, but then the Wilson came to visit. He didn't let me move, but another team, they just slipped on past. In Game 19 I attempted the world famous 0 to hero. Unfortunately, I ain't no Onyx, so I died. In Game 20 I third-partied 2 other solos, and I enjoyed the bounty, a 3-plate stealth and a large backpack. But in the end, the bots whittled down my plates, and I met my demise. Game 21 was another 0 to hero. I took down the Wilson and got the keycard. I looted up and hacked the server. I made my way to the armory, but I didn't see the player in the corner, and I was extinguished. Game 22 was a case of deja vu. Buy station, hacked server, gunned down by Bryson. In Game 23 I played more cautiously, being on high ping. I spent most of my time in the server room, and then I engaged with another team. It did not end well. In Game 24 I got it down, but I hesitated. Never hesitate in Building 21. Never. In Game 25 I lost to a player that was using the most difficult gun to use in the game. I tip my hat, good sir. Game 26 I was still traumatized, so I did not hear this player sneaking up on me, and I was blindsided. In Game 27 it was no more Mr. Nice Guy, so I bought in the AP rounds to go with my Bryson. Hell, I died to this thing so much already, it was about time. But in the end, I ran into a player that was much more highly skilled than me. By Game 28, it was my turn to try the super high-skilled weapon, the RGL. I got it down, but I got overwhelmed, stunned, and I died. Game 29, I faced off against Skippy, the bush kangaroo. My Val 46 was no match for his Bryson. In Game 30, with nothing but a 1 plate, it was a case of death from above. In game 31, I managed to find a 2-plate. I hacked the server, but once again, overwhelmed by bots. Game 32 was another 0 to hero. I found a 2-plate, a medium bag, some guns. I managed to hack the server. I got to the armory. But the bots, they were determined to break my spirits. This was definitely a low point. In game 33, I bought a Chimera. They kill fast. I was hoping to get a win, but all I got was more bot-induced PTSD. By game 34, I was tired of dying to the bots late game, so I bought a skeleton key. I got to the armory, I drilled the safe, I grabbed the weapons case. But once again, the Wilson assimilated with another team. In game 35, I tangled with another team, but my trusty Chimera and Bryson soon took care of it. But my success was shortly lived, and the bots once again showed me who was the boss of Building 21. Game 36. My aim with the Bryson was getting slightly better, and I managed to kill 3 players. I thought I might make it out this time, but a better player with a balanced weapon showed me who was boss. In game 37, I was back in US servers. I managed to get a couple kills, but staring into the abyss of the car park sealed my fate. In game 38, I was able to kill Captain Price, not once, but twice, but his team came for me, and Bravo 6 went dark. Game 39 started off quiet. I was able to hack the server, but they were waiting for me at the top of the stairs, and I was ambushed. Game 40 was over before it began. I fell victim once again to Bryson 21. In game 41, I bought an LMG to deal with the bots. I drilled the safe, and then I played a game of Ring Around the Rosie with some sweats. It's fair to say, I didn't win. In game 42, I was playing around with some different builds, and I'd bought an Expedite 12. But in the end, I died to everyone's favourite, the KV Broadside. In game 43, it was time to duck into the bathroom and freshen up, but the bots and players, they don't respect privacy. Game 44 was going well until I got to the armory, and then all I got for my trouble was more bot-induced PTSD. In game 45, I got an early kill by third-partying a fight in the stairwell. I hacked the server, I got to the armory. I thought I'd try to get the hostage out and leave the weapons case, but I died to an RPG. In game 46, it was a refreshing change to die to something other than a shotgun. In game 47, I made the mistake of coming unprepared. In game 48, I came fully prepared. I hacked the server, I got to the armory and started drilling the safe. There was a team in the core lab, so I pushed them first. I got it down, but I missed my follow-up. In game 49, I managed to get a kill with my Chimera, but my end came soon when I came up against the top player in DMZ, the Apex Predator, the absolute best of the best. In game 50, the halfway point, Broadside 21 was living up to its name. In game 51, I found out how truly cruel Building 21 can be. I was back in US servers and I managed to grab the hostage. I made a mad push for the exfil, but I was not holding the hostage, so the mission did not count. In game 52, I found out that Tickle Me Elmo had joined Shadow Company because he killed me. Game 53, another round, another death to a Bryson. In game 54, Mr. Wizard Pants lived up to his name by taking 4 rounds from an AP Bryson to kill him. After that, in the server room, my bad aim was the end of me. Game 55, I came in naked once again. I found a 2-plate and some weapons, but running into this player left me a bit stunned. In game 56, I navigated the round with a 2-plate stealth. I managed to take down Velican and secure the goodies from the armory, but this Coney group, they won't let me in. Game 57, I took down a medium duck. Not knowing where his team was, I backed off. I found myself in a corner, but this encounter left me confused. My death was a skill issue. Game 58, backed into a corner, was another case of a jumping Bryson death. In game 59, I got a kill, but I was still struggling with skill issues, so I died. Game 60, my timing, well, it was bad, very bad. Game 61, I managed to hack the server, but I was accosted by a cloaked figure. In Game 62, another team took advantage of me fighting the bots. I got it down, but I couldn't res quick enough, and it was my end. In Game 63, I was back in the US servers. I made it all the way to the armory, but getting distracted by the bots, this player gunned me down with his Bryson. In Game 64, an enemy team recognized me hacking the server and pushed. And like a 64 Impala, I got slammed. In Game 65, I hacked the server and another team took advantage of my hard work. I pushed, I flashed, I took Bryson to face. In Game 66, I started with poor trigger discipline. I went on to ignore audio, and I was shot in the back. In Game 67, my Bryson was outgunned by his broadside. Oh, the humanity. In Game 68, I gunned down a Wang. Sorry, Fixate. But don't worry, the bots got payback for you, because they gunned me down. Game 69, and I was hoping for a happy end. I tussled with a team at the armory and took down 2, but losing sight of the 3rd cost me the game because I lingered far too long and ultimately was taken down by the bots. Game 70 was full of miracles. This is the type of game we all play for. I somehow survived a team of sweats using KV broadside, and I went on to find friendly players in Building 21. My new friend wanted loot, I wanted the weapons case. I grabbed the hostage, and I exfilled. In Game 71, I fell victim to my cursed old man eyes. In Game 72, I got into a tussle with another solo, but great minds think alike. We both went for the flank, he won, I didn't. For Game 73, I had Nolsey, the DMZ gun guru, stop by my comment section recommending a cast-off build. Now this thing was shredding through the bots. Unfortunately, my demise came with every solo player's worst fear, a squad full of riot shielders. Game 74, I took down the Wilson. I caught a player lacking on the stairwell. I thermited another, but ultimately, Twinkle Toes got me with his Bryson. Game 75, I came in with the 2 plates and guns and was optimistic. It was quiet, I didn't see any other players. I hacked the server, I got to the armory, I grabbed the weapons case, I got it out. 2 of 6. In Game 76, I took down the Wilson. I was shredding the AI with Nolsey's cast-off. Unfortunately, this player shredded me with his knife. 77 is my favorite number, but Game 77 was definitely not my favorite. Back in US servers, I was playing overly cautious, and while I was trying to take down the Wilson, I was taken down by the bots. 78 was a great year. Game 78 wasn't bad either. I took down the Wilson and I got the black access card, and I decided to extract it for my key stash. In Game 79, I tussled with a team early game, trying to get to the buy station. I got some kills, I hacked the server, I got to the armory where I took down another player, but his teammate cleaned me up with his RPK. Game 80 started with a tussle in the car garage. Being an high ping, I wanted plates. On my way to the buy station, I killed another player. A team hacked the server, so I pushed hard. I got it down, but then I found there are platoons in Building 21. In Game 81, I got downed by a player outside the armory. I was glad to see it's not just me that the bots pick on.
Oh, I've dropped him, but the bots got me. Oh shit.
Game 82 was a good example of the highs and lows inside Building 21. The high, 1v3ing an RGL team. The low, dying to a bot. Game 83, I was chased by the US's thirstiest team. They didn't relent, neither did this bot. By Game 84, I had found all the key cards. I crafted the Bunker 11 keycard. I really wanted to extract, so I hid. Waiting for the elevators, I thought, what could go wrong? Well, the Coney Group. That's what can go wrong. Game 85 was another fight in the stairwell, so I thought I'd fall back through the medical bay. I'd found a keycard, I decided to extract. I had enough death for one day. In Game 86 I was still recovering from the Bunker 11 keycard fiasco, so I took down the Wilson, I picked up the black access card, and I made my way to Xville. In Game 87 it was quiet, I didn't run into any other players, so I relaxed. The bots reminded me of my mistake quickly though. Game 88, it was quiet, too quiet, but I did not relax like Game 87. I hacked the server, I got to the armory, I extracted the weapons case. Game 89, by now you'd think I would have learned not to run from a fight or run into a stairwell. In Game 90, I made the mistake of backing myself into a corner. I got it down, but when his team came, I got flashed, and it was my end. Game 91, I was trying to take care of a team. The problem was the bots took care of me. Game 92 was another 0 to hero. I scrounged up a 2-plate and some supplies. I got a kill, but my greed for better loot got the better of me. The lesson from Game 93 was, like crossing the street, you must look both ways. I ducked into the stairwell, and I died to an out-of-region team. Game 94 was an explosive round. I confused them with a trophy system, and I got a kill, but in the end I got taken out by the booty slide. While hacking the server in Game 95, this other player's laser gave him away. His team was trying to capitalize on my hard work. I was able to take one out in the stairwell, but impatiently, I ran into the next shotgun. Game 96, I backed myself into a corner again. My one-shot Bryson took care of a 3-man team, but another player decided the third party, my smokes and thermal, took care of him. I went on to hack the server, but on my run to the armory, I got overwhelmed by the Coney group. Game 97 was deja vu. I hacked the server and another team was trying to sneak into the armory. I took one out with my shotgun, and then I ran into the riot shield. Game 98, I came in to do the barter for the research center room key. But wanting to extract it, this made me play cautiously. I seen a bunny skin, I tried to run away. I got shot in the back. Game 99, I thought I'd have another try at trying to get the research center room key. I was making my way around the map when I ran into a well-planned ambush. And finally we arrive at Game 100. I wanted to finish strong. I was able to hack the server. I went on to buy plates. I waited to see if another team would push the armory. They didn't. So I got the weapons case. I extracted 4 out of 6. After enduring 100 rounds in Building 21, I came here to the sandy shores of Seraph Bay to rest and reflect on my time in Building 21. Since finishing the Solo 100, I'm happy to report that I have extracted all 6 of the weapons cases, but what have I learned in my time in Building 21? Well, it is a harsh, unforgiving environment that will push a solo to its limits. You must master all aspects of the game to be successful here. Your accuracy, your timing, knowing when to push and when to fall back. I hope you have all enjoyed watching my torment and suffering inside Building 21. And until next time, as always, I will see you all out there in the DMZ.